This is lecture 2 of module 1, Introduction to Buildings. Building is a structure which provides shelter to mankind. It is an enclosed space by walls, floor and ceiling. These enclosed spaces are called rooms. And depending upon the utility of rooms, they are classified as living room, dining room, bathroom, store, kitchen, latrine, etc. And civil engineers design the various components of the building such as slabs, beams, columns, etc. and place the building in a particular direction and arrange the rooms of building to get maximum comfort from natural sources. Next, planning of a building. The first step in planning of a building is to decide the plinth area of the building. Plinth area of the building equal to the available funds divided by plinth area rate of similar building in that locality. And the plinth area rate can be calculated by dividing the total cost of similar building recently constructed in the locality by the plinth area of those building. And the available floor area, it is also called carpet area, is about 80% of the plinth area. And this floor area can be divided into various rooms on the basis of our requirement and standards specified by the local authority. In a residential building, floor area can be divided into living area. Living area means a drawing room, sit out, TV room, etc. Then sleeping area, it includes bedroom, guest room. Service area includes kitchen, dining room, office room, toilet, bathroom, etc. and other areas like staircase, prayer room, lobbies, etc. And the difference between the carpet area and the plinth area. The carpet area is 80% of the floor area. That is, carpet area means the area. Suppose consider this is a room and the outer, this is a wall thickness. Suppose the wall thickness is 20 centimeter and the size of the room is 5 meter by 4 meter. Then how to calculate the carpet area and the plinth area? Carpet area means the internal area excluding walls. That is, area 5 into 4 is the size of the room and 20 centimeter is thickness. Then the 5 into 4 is the, suppose this 5 into 4 is the external dimension of this room. Then the length is equal to, length of the room equal to 5 minus 5 meter, 5 minus 0.2 minus 0.2, both sides. Then the width is equal to 4 minus 0.2 minus 0.2. Then the area equal to length into width. Then the plinth area means the plinth area includes the area including the wall. That is, the total external area is called the plinth area. Total external area means the including the wall thickness. Then the selection of site for buildings. Selection of site means what are the points should be kept in mind while selecting a site for any type of building. That is, the selected site should not be undulating because it will increase the cost of leveling. Then it should be very near to road, otherwise transportation of the building material is a big problem. Then civic services like water supply, electric lines, telephone lines, drainage, sewers should be near to the site. It should not be a waterlogged area and groundwater should be at least 1.5 meter below the ground level. Then it should not be a made up land, otherwise foundation cost will be high. Then the selected site should be as far as large enough to provide sufficient light and air to the building. Then the site should not be in a depression and it should have general slope away from the building for easy drainage. The site should possess good soil at reasonable depth for reducing the cost of the foundation. Then the selected site should have adequate space to accommodate all the essential accessories required in the building. Site should not be located near workshop and factories, since such locations are subjected to noise or air pollution. Then site along seashore is good from the entertainment point of view, but sea breeze is not good for health and it may also lead to corrosion of metal fittings. Then type of building also affects the selection of site. Suppose in case of residential building, it should be situated outside the city. Residential building must be near to schools, hospitals, public buildings, and it should be located in an open area so that all the requirements should be fulfilled. These are then in case of industrial building, what are the points should be kept in mind while selecting the site? For an industrial building, selection of site should be such that almost all raw materials should be available from the nearby areas. There may not be any problem for labor and laborers should be available from nearby area. Then the site must have enough space for future expansion of industry and for the construction of residential area for workers. Suitable disposal plant to treat waste produced must be available at a reasonable distance. Climate plays an important role in selecting the site for industrial buildings. Example, cool and moist weather is more favorable for weaving and textile mills. Then components of a residential building. The building as a structure must fulfill the following conditions. 1. It satisfies the need for which it was built. That is, to build means making use of solid materials to create a space that will fulfill a particular function. That is, the building as a structure that must fulfill the following conditions, that is, satisfy the need for which it was built, that is a function, and it must resist the loads coming to it, that is, it must be stable, then it must continue to fulfill its function, that is, it must be durable, then it must be achieved with the minimum use of resources, that is, economy. Then a building essentially consists of two parts, substructure or foundation and superstructure. Substructure means which is below the ground level, and foundation is the part of a building which transfers the entire load of the building to the subsoil. That is the function of a foundation. Function of a foundation is to transfer the entire load of the building to the subsoil. Then superstructure, which is above the ground level, consists of walls, floor, doors, windows and other openings, vertical transportation structures like stairs, lift, parapets, etc. And the major components of a building include foundation, plinth, walls, floor, columns, doors, windows, roof, lintel, steps, stairs and parapet. The figure is shown, that is, the components of a building are shown in this figure. First, next, foundation. Foundation is the lowest part of a structure which below the ground level and which is in direct contact with the ground and transmits all dead, live and other loads to the soil beneath in a manner that these do not stress the soil beyond its safe allowable bearing capacity. The functions of the foundations are: It spread the load coming on it over a large area at uniform rate, so that the pressure on the soil below the foundation does not exceed its allowable bearing capacity. Allowable bearing capacity means the supporting power of a soil. Foundation distribute non-uniform load of the superstructure evenly on the subsoil, hence it minimizes the chances of differential settlement. Then it provides stability against undermining or scoring by floodwater or burrowing animals. It provides safety against sliding. Then it provides a level surface for the construction of the superstructure. Depending upon the depth of foundation, it is classified into two: shallow foundation and deep foundation. If depth of foundation is less than or equal to the width of foundation, then the foundation is known as shallow foundation. When the depth is more than width, it is known as deep foundation. And depending upon the nature of load and type of supporting soil, there are three types of foundation: spread footing, pile foundation, pier foundation. In this classification, spread footing comes under the classification of shallow foundation, and pile and pier comes under deep foundation. Next, plinth. It is the lowest part of a superstructure and is the distance between the ground level and the floor level. The plinth level is kept at a distance 30 to 75 centimeter above the ground level, or depending upon the locality of building. Then DPC means a dam proof course is provided at the plinth level to prevent moisture from rising to the wall of the building. A figure is shown, that is a foundation is a ground level. This is a figure showing the foundation, that is the ground level. Below the ground level, it is called foundation. Then at the bottom, a foundation concrete is placed. Concrete means plain cement concrete. That is, the ingredients of plain cement concrete are cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate. Then this is called the excavated area, and this is called the foundation. And above that, this is called a plinth level, and the plinth level DPC dam proof course is provided. Above that, wall is constructed. Then functions of foundation. Foundational functions of plinth. It is to transmit the load of the superstructure to the foundation, to act as a retaining wall so as to keep the filling in position below the raised floor or the building, then to protect the building from dampness or moisture, to enhance the architectural appearance of building, to resist the entry of animals, insects and rodents. Then walls. These are vertical components constructed to divide the space into various rooms. And walls transfer the load of roof and live load above it to the foundation. These are constructed with various types of material ranging from blocks, bricks, concrete and stones. The external walls separate the outside from the inside and enclose the space within. The internal walls help to divide the building into room spaces and are called partition walls. The walls which divide the building into room spaces, that is the internal walls, that is called partition walls. Then functions of walls. It should support upper floors and roofs together with their superimposed load. Walls should resist damp penetration. The walls should provide sufficient sound insulation. The greater the mass of the walling material, the more it will absorb the sound and provide greater sound insulation. And then the walls should offer adequate fire resistance. They safely transmits the loads coming on them from beams and slabs to the foundation. They provide privacy and protection against heat, cold, rain, noise, dust and winds. Then floors. Floors are horizontal surfaces which divide a building into different levels and over which the occupants of the building move about. Floors are provided in a building into different levels to providing more accommodation one above the other in a limited space. Floor just above the ground level is known as ground floor, and the floor above ground floor is known as upper floor. And this is further known as first floor, second floor, etc. with reference to ground floor. Then functions of floors, to carry loads imposed on them, then to prevent dampness rising from the ground into the building, to provide a degree of thermal insulation, to prevent growth of vegetable matter in the building, to provide a suitable wearing surface. This is a column. Column means it is a RCC, reinforced cement concrete. At the top, these are called reinforcements. Reinforcements are provided. The ingredients of this RCC are cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, and reinforcement. Then the vertical support, which is free from all sides, taking the load of a beam or slab and transfers the load to the earth independently, is called column. They are square, rectangular and circular in shape. Column is constructed with the cement concrete and steel bars. In case of multi-storied and frame structure building constructions, the entire load is borne by columns and the floor area or the internal space of a building is freely adjusted according to the requirement. The size, cement concrete ratio and number of steel bars with their diameters are available in structural drawings which are designed according to the load borne by the column and factor of safety. Then doors and windows. Doors are the openings provided in walls of building to connect the internal rooms and also used as a means of free movements inside and outside of the building. Windows are the openings provided in the outer walls of a building for the entry of light and air into the room. Windows are provided below the door level, that is the top level of doors and windows are same. Then functions of doors and windows. 1. To provide sufficient privacy without inconvenience or trouble and security against theft. To achieve insulation against sound and heat. To provide resistance to weather. To provide lighting and ventilation. Then ventilators. Ventilators are the openings provided in the outer walls for the escape of foul gases from rooms. Ventilators are provided on the top of walls, that is very near to the roof level. Then lintel. Lintels are reinforced cement concrete structures provided over the openings such as doors, windows, etc. and are used to transfer the load of wall above the opening to the supporting wall on either side of opening. Then sunshade. The slab projecting from the external wall just above the doors and windows, ventilators, etc. are called sunshades. It protects doors and windows from direct sunlight and rain. Roofs. The topmost part of a building which covers the space enclosed by walls is called roof. The slab and roof encloses the space and offers the structure below protection from rain, heat, snow, wind, sound and fire. There are two basic types of roof constructions, flat roof and pitched or sloping roof. A flat roof is a roof which is almost level in contrast to the many types of sloped roofs. The slope of a roof is properly known as its pitch, and flat roofs have slope up to approximately 10 degree. Pitched or sloping roof is a roof having one or more surfaces with a slope greater than 10 degree from the horizontal. Then parapets. These are structures constructed over the roof slab or sunshade for better appearance of building and for safe usage of roof surface. Then stairs. These are structures used to climb from one floor to another. Stairs consist of a number of steps and the height of the step is 15 centimeter and width of step varies from 25 to 30 centimeter.